Hi everyone, this is Tanya from You and Your Witchy Stuff. I hope this finds you all well. Today is June 30th, 2024. I can't believe where has June gone. I mentioned that June was a busy month for me, and I know for certain other people that I interact with, it was a month of busyness, transitions, changes, and everywhere in between. So this finds us to start off the week of June 30th, and transitioning into the month of July and 4th of July in a week of celebrations, or for most of us at least that celebrate the 4th of July here in the United States, that is. If you're in somewhere another country or location, well, still, why not have a barbecue or something to celebrate, you know? Always a good time for gatherings, celebrations, fireworks, whatever the case may be. So this is going to be the weekly reading. The guidance, take from it from what resonates. What resonates, take. If it doesn't resonate for you, hey, just leave it behind. Release. To each your own, I say. I'm using again the Witch's Tarot. It's been my deck of choice for the collective readings. I am using which is by Burning Paper Hearts, Chris Madsen, along with the 3 Black Moons Oracle. Also by Chris Madsen from Burning Paper Hearts. And, of course, no surprise, the lovely Haunted Manor Oracle. My oracle of choice. My main one, should I say. At least for readings and clarification. So, without further ado on this, and as it's coming between weird periods of raining here and sprinkling, even though it looks sunny behind me. And you hear the birds chirping. And you'll probably hear my neighbors working on stuff. As usual, that's what those weird background sounds may be on there. And despite me spraying mosquito spray, yeah, they're still biting. Oh well. Let's get through this collective reading. So this is going to be a message from my guides, the spirits I work with, the deities I work and walk with, and of course from my gift of channeling, my gift of knowledge, and my ability to see, guide, to get through this thing called life that we're all experiencing, no matter what that may be. And each of our own path, each of our different things that we're learning and growing and expanding. So, let's see what the tarot has this week and what my guides and spirits are advising on that and my gift. Tell me to pull 3, so a message for the collective this week, for this week's energy, this week's focus, guidance, overall. Again, take what resonates. This is just going to be an energies, focus, and guidance for what this upcoming week of June 30th has to bring. So 3 cards. I'm guided towards... Okay, 2 of coins. Ten of Wands. It's the second card. And third card is going to be Queen of Cups. Again, this deck has nudity. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, you're familiar with this deck. So if that offends you, of course, turn back. And it's obviously a very witch-based deck. Hello, my channel is called You and Your Witchy Stuff. So, let's see. We have with the tarot, what that it has to advise on that with those 3 cards. And then, of course, we'll get some clarification from the other oracles in a moment. So let's see here what I'm being guided towards. Alright, so with I do see with the 2 of coins or the 2 of pentacles in most decks on there, or 2 of discs. whatever it may be called in whatever system. Again, this deck, if you've not been familiar with it, does not have a particular system. So I use it based on my knowledge of the tarot, but most of all what I'm guided to and intuitively, and what I am channeled with the messages. So it is, I have a little critter visiting me again, a little chipmunk. I've had a bunny in my yard last night that my husband and I got pretty close to. Okay, so getting distracted here. If you're sticky with me, yeah. So the two, getting back to this, so the Two of Coins on here speaks of, you can see the, that she is kind of with, by herself, kind of, in that sort of sitting meditative pose. So it is, the Two of Coins on here is about balance. It's about finding balance through day-to-day things. I'm feeling this week it's going to be a lot about balancing and juggling and finding that equilibrium, not only within ourselves and internally, but with our external world, meaning our work, our relationships with others, ourselves, and of course what different things on that, especially in a material realm. That means work, home life, finances, what we're learning and growing that is tangible. But it is ultimately, other than working with others and relying on others and their assistance, which is great to have that, it is ultimately indicating to me that we must work for ourselves to find that balance and achieve that equilibrium, that groundedness, to bring about what we want is tangible and balance. Now, in conjunction with that, the Ten of Wands here, as you can see all those like branches around her and everything on that. The Ten of Wands is a combination of various feelings for me to go with this. This has to do with the obvious Tens of Wands, like you would see in the Rider-Waite-Smith, with a man that is carrying many wands and overwhelming burden. I feel that there is the underlying energies of weariness and being burdened with what is what we're walking through and what we have been walking through, especially what we're carrying from our past, from what others have done to us, what life's done to us, experiences, loss and burdens. And especially others expect us to take on too much, but we take on too much, meaning our own personal expectations, and trying to keep pushing. To achieve that equilibrium of the Two of Coins, and finding a calm balance between the good and the bad and what is juggled at us, and to bring that balance so that we can have a good fruitful week and experience on that, it's indicating just let go. Let go of what you can, release what you can, acknowledge what is yours to hold on to and what isn't. But you don't have to keep pushing through. And what you've already released, acknowledge that. What you've already, the things that you've released and the burdens that you have pushed through on that. And find your inner creativity and to continue to move forward and make those efforts first and foremost for yourself and your inner balance and peace, and of course the relationship that you have with yourself and others. Through those things that are going to be juggled at us or difficulties, they may be a struggle and a burden, but it's all also about finding what's right to hold on to and what isn't, and not to get overwhelmed or overburdened, but just to go with the flow as best as you can. Or as best as we all can as a collective. The way life is, it gets more and more challenging, disturbing, depression, struggles, health issues, financial issues, yeah. So just do the best you can, as it indicates here for this week. And of course, the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups here is indicating to me, along with this, to be, you can see she has like a little crown or leaves around her head. But it's also about being nurturing, That's being nurturing and kind to yourself, kind to others, having compassion, going with the flow. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive. So you, as a collective, many of you, like myself, may be very intuitive and using that gift and that ability of empathy and understanding to flow through the different challenges and burdens that are presented at us, whether they're of our own making or, first and foremost, what we take from others in this life and what life has dealt with us. But first and foremost, it is to feel your flow, to feel through your emotions. Don't block your emotions or find them as a burden. It's best just to flow through them, feel them, acknowledge them, and then go through it and let go. That's the best way on it, and approach it in a mature way. And also to have compassion for those who are around you, to heal yourself, by finding that balance and that strength. I feel as a collective, a lot of that will be focused on determining to find that inner balance and equilibrium by pushing through the burdens in a healthy way with a healthy, nurturing respect, and just going with the flow and finding your maturity, you're following your inner nature, your guidance, what your guides are whispering or speaking to you, and what you see and assimilate. So that's what that's indicating. I know this is going to get rather long already, but it's what the message is. Let's see what's accompanying. There was a lot there today so far. Advice for the week. Okay. And I'm going to grab 2 of these. So 3 black moons. And that is going to be appropriately Lantern, and Knowledge. I love both of those cards and those images to complement. With the Lantern, it reminds me of the Hermit, as does Knowledge, gaining knowledge and wisdom, using, sorry for shaking the camera, the knowledge and the wisdom that you've attained through your life experiences, no matter what age you are, what you learned, your feelings, your inner guide, and your gut feelings on that. Illuminate by obtaining of knowledge and continuing to learn to find that balance and that equilibrium, like the card and the messages are saying. So again, take that lantern and use it as a beacon, a light to illuminate through your dark phases, or what might be continue to feel overwhelming and heavy this week. But that lantern will help to illuminate it and bring in perspective and knowledge as a perspective, as a tool, as a weapon, and a form of empowerment. That's what's going to get us as a collective, or most of us that this resonates with through this upcoming week. And lastly, let's see what the Haunted Manor has for the collective and to tie in this guidance for the week. And this S that came up is the Altar. Keep the faith. See how the cards speak well in conjunction with one another on that, and the guidance. Altar. So that is keep the faith. So keep the faith. Stay strong. Focus on your own supporting yourself, the others, and looking for support as needed or as appropriate. On that, following your knowledge, strength, and continuing to learn and grow, no matter what that may be or what that looks for you, for each of us here in the collective, and what we experience, finding that balance on an earthly, tangible, material realm, inner and outer, holding on to what we should as a burden, and that, but continuing to push through the overwhelm by being nurturing and compassionate. No matter what is dealt at us, it's going to be a slightly challenging week, I feel, with a bit of overwhelming feelings and trying to find that equilibrium. But also, I'm optimistic with the cards and that we will get the support we need and to support each other through this. And overall, it doesn't look like it's going to be a horribly challenging or debilitating week, as I see on my perspective on it. Things are just continuing to push forward. And with that, if this resonates with you, please comment and please like and subscribe. I would certainly appreciate it. Thanks for visiting. And again, blessed be. Have a wonderful week.